Let's kick it. Ice, baby.
Hi, fans. Welcome to this edition of Inside the Igloo, an inside look at the Jacksonville Icemen hockey team. And joining me on the segment today is, I don't want to say the newest edition, but the newest signee for the upcoming 2020-2021 ECHL Icemen season. And that is defenseman Dalton Thrower. Daltz, good to see you again, man. We're glad to have you back in the fold for this season. And I know the fans certainly excited about that as well. Your thoughts on returning for your second season here in Jacksonville?
I'm very excited. Last year, I didn't get to get a full year in, and then, COVID happened after that. So it was tough. I felt like we were coming along as a team, but to be back in Jack's, very exciting. I'm looking forward for what's coming.
You know, I wanted to talk to you about that. You look at last season for you. I know it was a little bit frustrating because I know you started off the year with the injury, and then you came back. Then you had another injury, a little bit of a setback. Then you came back, and then once you were starting to get in the groove and playing regular reps, then of course COVID-19 shortened your season. So, for you, how frustrating was last season, just because it was kind of just some ups and downs for you, and you could never really get in that full, season rhythm, I guess.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough season in that aspect, but I enjoyed my time there, and I felt like as a team we grew as the year went on. We had some hardworking players and some guys we put in the pocket and that we needed to step up. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens this upcoming season. We got some fresh faces, and I feel like we can work from what happened last year, definitely.
You look at last year, you'd still got about, I think, 30, 35 games or so, and you had 8 points. So, in the time you had, you were productive there. And, I think you've got to be looking forward to the fact that, okay, I'm healed, I'm ready to go. I got a full season here. At least that's what we hope.
Yeah.
A wrinkle and things. But for you, what have you been doing to prepare for this season? If anything, I know ice time can be difficult for a lot of the guys. I've always kind of to hear what guys have been doing on their own just to try to kind of stay in that game shape, let's say.
Yeah, of course. I've been getting on the ice a little bit. We got some beer league games that they have up at the rink by my place. Just through the summer, it was some 4-on-4 stuff, but obviously try to stay in the gym as much as possible. Nobody's really used to this extended summer, but just trying to keep in shape and waiting to find out what's happening.
When you look at this season coming in, you mentioned it. I think you said it right there that you thought second half of the year, some key guys came in and some of the younger guys started to develop. And now you see some of the moves, some other veteran pieces coming in. Your thoughts, because I think the momentum that you guys had obviously quickly quelled by the COVID-19. You guys were certainly pushing for a playoff spot. Is that something you guys to carry over into this season? Because that core plus a few new pieces coming back.
Yeah, we got some good guys coming in. We got some big forwards. I know that getting Wasey last year was a big thing for us. He's a great player, and to have him coming back again is going to be big. I don't know. Our back end last year, I felt like a lot of young guys stepped up, took a bigger role, and we're going to be expecting a lot from them this year.
Dalton, when you look at last season and, of course, your style of play, obviously I talked about you contributed as best you could there in the 35 games that you played. But, when you're called upon, sometimes you'll mix it up a little bit. I know we had that game in Atlanta, you and Anthony Collins. It made our night of the year that we did this summer. But I know one of the scouts from Manitoba in Winnipeg was up there in the press box, and you got into that scrap and said, he actually told coach, and he told me up in the press box, they don't throw them like that anymore. That was a good tilt. But, is that something that's kind of been part of your game throughout? I know it's not your main role, but when upon, it's something that you seem to have a pretty good knack of doing.
Yeah, it's always been a part of my game. I don't know. It's just kind of when it happens, it happens. I hadn't played hockey for a little while there and just wanted to get my head back into it. So I felt like that was a good time to show what I got to the boys. Yeah,
well, you were in my opinion, you're the clear-cut winner in that fight there at the end there. I know some of the commentary was kind of like, hey, no. That was clearly one of Collins. But I'll give you the edge in that fight, man. So
yeah, no thanks.
It was a good one for sure. And when you look at that Atlanta club, you've got a familiar face on the other end, and your brother Josh Thrower. What's it like when you guys are? I know you didn't really get a chance to go head to head too many times last season. But, is it a unique situation to kind of go up against your brother? And is it a situation where growing up, you guys maybe had your, typical brother, fights and quarrels, let's say?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we played against each other a couple times in the WHL there. My parents got to come watch us quite a bit, which was nice. Got to play together in Allen for a couple of years, but obviously now when we're playing against each other on different teams, it's put your game face on. You just go head to head, and obviously hoping that the team you're on wins. So parents are both cheering for both teams, yeah. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what's how do the parents react to something like that? Who do they root for? What are they?
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're obviously just hoping both of us can score a goal, which it's rare to see.
No, exactly. Well, you mentioned juniors. I know that you spent your last year in the WHL there with Vancouver. And you were captain of that team, and from being a captain and all that, how tough can it be being a captain? I think one of the toughest things they say in a leadership role is to kind of lead a group of your peers, and I know that could be a tough thing. But your thought of being a captain of that one season, does it change the way you approach the game and really how you are as a member of that team because you are in that leadership role?
Yeah, I mean, that year was a great honor for me. I got to go back home, play for the hometown team, be named captain. You just go in there with your best attitude. You got to work hard, and everybody will follow that. You go in there with a good work ethic. It's hard for people not to follow. So that's kind of the key of leadership, positive. And I feel like we've had some great leaders come to our team, and I feel like this year is going to be a big year.
Well, you're experienced defenseman, I believe 234 games played, and you're heading into this next season now. Again, do you set personal goals each season? Are you one of those guys, or are you just more focused? Hey, I'm going to play the game the way it's supposed to be played, and then help my team win. Really, if you have any goals this year, what would those be?
Obviously, a player has goals going into this season. You got to set your standards at a reasonable line, but every year I want to just come in and have a healthy season so far. It's been tough for me the past couple of years. So right now I'm just looking to play every game. And that's the biggest thing for me. And I know as soon as I'm playing every game, my game will just come along and become better. So I'm hoping this season I can, stay healthy and, get my game back on track.
Well, you look at coming into the year, you've signed back with Jacksonville. Things about the city and playing here, I'm certain a lot of that played into you returning to the team this year. What are some of the things that you like best about Jax?
The fans are great there. It's a beautiful arena. Driving around there when the sun's shining, coming out of the rink, and it's 30 degrees, I guess, out there. It's different, but yeah, Canadian way. But you can't complain when you got the sun shining every day. So. I don't know. The team is great. I have some good friends there that went back, and Smurf is a great coach. We had Maisie last year, great coach. So I'm very excited. And we got U-Raider, so best voice in the league, eh? I guess you're on camera now too, though. So
yeah,
you're all over
it's getting crazy now. They're putting me on camera and stuff. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the kind words there. Yeah. Dalton, I know you mentioned you've been you're doing some skating and stuff like that, but I know Vancouver right now.
Yeah, I'm in Vancouver right now. I'm back home.
I know it's beautiful up there in BC in the Vancouver area. I mean, what have you been doing this summer? Have you done anything cool? Have you gotten to enjoy the outdoors out there or anything like that?
I haven't been able to do too much this summer. It's been pretty low key. Just been hanging out with family as much as possible, and then I guess getting outside as much as possible as well, trying to enjoy the outdoors.
Well, great, man. Well, listen, Dalton, I'll just stay safe, continue to do that, and hopefully we'll be getting this thing going here shortly. And but I know I speak on behalf of the organization, probably a lot of the fans here watching this segment, they're excited to have you back, and I know they'd love to see you here for a full season, and we're raring to go here. So I appreciate you spending a couple minutes to chat with us today.
No, thanks, Fred. I really appreciate it, Cole.
All right, everyone. Well, that was Dalton Thrower. He's back in the mix for this upcoming season. as Jacksonville Icemen hockey getting that roster built up here, and a lot of familiar faces, some new ones as well. But the roster is definitely coming in nicely here, especially in the last few weeks as well. So again, ticket information, go to jacksicemen.com. We got all kinds of different ticket packages right now that can meet your budget and meet your schedule as well. But for Dalton Thrower, I'm Alex Reed. This has been Inside the Igloo. We'll see you next time.
Let's kick it.